Yo guys, what's going on? It's Ranger W here with the IPSL draft analysis for Season 2. But I'm not here alone, guys. I'm here with Mudbud. How you doing, Mudbud?
Hey, how's it going, Ranger? It's Mudbud here. Glad to be here for the first time after being mute for weeks, and just ready to get this going.
Alright, thank you for being here. We're not alone, of course. We have, actually I already said that once. It's a threesome. Alright, so how you doing, Jay? How you doing?
You cannot just say that. What's good, y'all? It's Jay Reezy, coach of the Houston Honchkrows, and we're back at it again for IPSL Season 2. Let's get it started.
Alright, man, let's get the threesome started. Alright, so at number 16, we have the Vermilion Pikachus. Can we have... They're bringing the heat, literally, guys. They're literally bringing the heat here with their mono fire team, looks like, basically, and then a little bit of... There's basically mono fire at the first and then just a bunch of shit at the end. Alright, so we're gonna have Mud talk about this team and talk about how it's gonna work or how it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Pokemon for his son team, and I guess in Megazard, Ninetales, Venusaur, Sawsbuck. That's a good pick right there. But I mean, just his support mons with it is just terrible. Zoomerl, I don't know why he picked that, and just half his team's weak to rocks. It's not a good team, really.
Yeah, definitely. This team is very weak to rocks. You know, just a lot of things will beat this team. So Raptor is the only thing that I can see half decent on this team. But then he drops the steel type, and then it's just weak to fire. And what the hell is he doing? What's he doing here? Jets, you need help. Like literally, like help in this game. All right, I'm kidding. I don't mean to be mean, but all right. So we're gonna move right along to number 15. We're gonna have the Honchkrows talk about the number 15 team, and that's gonna be the San Diego Murkrows. Go ahead and talk about it, Jay.
The baby Honchkrows, what's good? But San Diego Murkrows, I wouldn't say it's a bad team because guys, just because the rankings are there, like except for Jets, none of these teams are necessarily bad.
Yeah, we just need someone to put them. That's why, guys. So I apologize. Okay, before we start getting any further, Jets team is the only one deserving of the number 16 spot. These rest of the teams, they can be in any order, basically, guys. So I hope no one feels offended. But if you do, we don't give a crap. So all right, go ahead. Murkrows, go ahead.
But yeah, they have a interesting Fairy Steel Dragon Core and Jirachi and Judigan and let's see, what else do they have? Deontay, which is it's pretty okay. And they have picks like Mega Beedrill, Crocodile, Darmanitan, Hawlucha. Very good offense, Electivire and Manaphy. Manaphy the best set of super in the game, but the only problem is his two walls, which are Chansey and Cofagrigus, are very very passive.
Yeah,
very one-dimensional and very passive.
Yeah.
And it's also weak to like very common fighting types because a lot of fighting types, literally everything in the game carries knockoff. So Chansey and Cofagrigus are literally, if you go up against something like Machamp or something in that build that has knockoff, you're gonna have a hard time, especially with mons like Mega Beedrill and stuff like that to basically be your knockoff.
I apologize. Keep in mind Machamp and like mons like Metachamp. I believe Metachamp gets knockoff, but correct me if I'm wrong. But does it get knockoff, guys? Real quick, does Metachamp get knockoff? I don't think it does.
It doesn't. I know. I know it doesn't get knocked off.
All right, that'd be pretty awesome if it did. But I know mons like Machamp get knockoff, and they also get Bullet Punch, which deals with Deontay. Basically, Machamp just bodies his team. Basically what I'm trying to say here. Just there's nothing for it with Ice Punch and the coverage moves it gets. It just bodies it, which is kind of a bad thing. But you may say it's one mon, but you know a lot of mons get those coverage moves and knock off, and you know we'll see how it goes. He might be able to prove us wrong, you know, because putting him this low at number 15 is kind of like what are we doing here? But you know, we'll just have to see as the season goes along, right? All right, so at number 14 we have the first round pick. Kind of interesting to see this man this low. He got the first overall pick, so he was getting the wheel pick every round, right, Mud? Mud knows about the wheel pick.
Yep.
Well, he wasn't really got Mud, but Mud, we're gonna have you talk about this team, man.
Right. Shadow Lucarios, that's PCM, I believe.
Pokecraft
Master. He picked Mega Altaria first overall, which kind of surprised me. It's a very versatile Mega, but I don't know if it's first overall material. And the rest of his team, he's got some good mons. He's got Azelf. He's got Starmie, one of the best rapid spinners in the game. I know Ranger doesn't think it's the best.
It's one of the best.
I mean, some questionable mons at the same time. Typhlosion, Xatu, Lantern. I could see him putting it together, but it's just not something I would go with.
Yeah, definitely.
I
It's
mean,
kind of
honestly,
mixed together.
when I look at his team, it's very weak to Edgequake. I mean, especially if he goes up against mons that have Mold Breaker. Azelf and Rotom Heat are no longer switching in. Altaria, it has to Mega Evolve before. I mean, it's flying before it Mega Evolves, and it's just very weak to Edgequake.
Yeah, dude, I definitely feel what you're saying there. It's a very it's very hard to avoid being weak to certain things. Like ice is very common. A lot of these teams are weak to ice, actually, believe it or not. Like ice weakness is hard to surpass. It's just a really good offensive type, and it's like everything in the game. So we're gonna move along and talk about number 13, and that's gonna be the Royal Gardevoirs. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this team. I know we're gonna try to do Virgo some justice this time around. If you guys do not know, we have ranked Virgo last, I believe, in both the previous leagues, or in the last one, or something close to the bottom. So it's definitely not worthy of last. Definitely not. I wouldn't even say it's worthy of 13. It might be even a higher. It might be even worthy of a higher pick. I love the cores. I love the Mons and cores he has. I love the Hydreigon, Togekiss, and Polion. Such a good Fairy Steel Dragon core. Hydreigon, you know me. It's one of my favorite dragons. I ran it last season, and Togekiss. They were both on the championship roster. And Miltank was on the finalist team. It didn't come to the finals though. Other than that, Victini, it's just over. Once Victini, nothing wants to take a V-Create from Victini. Just a very powerful team in general. Mega Pidgeot, interesting pick. I like it. Zebstrika, we all know how Mega Mogwai's been playing Zebstrika. Not too bad. And Miltank, it's a wall and a half. And then he has a Regenerator, Reckless, and Mienshao. Just a really good team overall. Kind of wondering why he picked up the two water types he has in Empoleon and Quagsire. So we're gonna have Jay talk a little bit about their team if he wants to throw some last second opinions in there. Jay?
Yeah, I really like it. It's very interesting in my mind. A good job on him for franchising Victini. The thing is a powerhouse, and then grabbing Hydreigon to go with it. Very great offensive synergy. He has a lot of good mons, especially things like Miltank, Empoleon, and Mienshao. It's all good, but there were just other teams that had better things and better synergy overall that, in my mind, put him a little bit lower. But nonetheless, I mean, no, he's not missing Hurricanes. He's hitting Hurricanes for days.
Yeah, man, I definitely see what you're saying there. The Hurricanes are never going to miss. And then we're going to move right along to number 12, guys. This is the Indian Infernos. I apologize if anyone feels offended about where they are on this list. Keep in mind, I did not make this list. We had the expert Vandal X make it. I don't know if I've mentioned that already, but I will leave his link in the description below. This is not a reflection upon you guys. It's just his. It was just his opinions, and since he's a very good battler, we're just going to use this as our official list. We did change some things around, so don't think that we just took what he said and then just kept it like that. But in the Infernos, they're going to be in number 12. I'm going to talk a little bit about them, and then I'm going to throw us over to my man Mud, if he doesn't mind.
Yep.
Okay, so they pick up Mamoswine and Emboar. First two I believe those were in his first, because he already franchised Emboar, sorry, so he had Emboar from the beginning. He picks up Mamoswine, and I was like, hold up. Mamoswine is just an amazing mon. It can do, nothing switches into Mamo, basically, I'm sorry. It sets up rocks, it has priority, it has icicle sphere, sorry, and stab earthquakes. Get out of here. Really good mon. He also got Mega Scizor. Alomomola is his only, the only problem I see actually is Alomomola is probably one of his only defensive mons he'll bring every game. So nothing on his team wants to take a hit unless he wants to bring like Spiritomb and Alomomola every week or something. Dragalge can
you mean normal Scizor?
Yeah,
My bad.
He has Mega Scizor. Sorry about that. But he has Dragalge, which is a special defensive monster. But other than that, he doesn't have too many mons that want to take hits on his team. Mud, go ahead and talk about their team, man.
Yeah, kind of what you said. He's got two of the best wall breakers in the game. Mega Alakazam and Mamo, just great offensive Pokemon. But like you said, he's gonna have to bring Alomomola, Dragalge, and Spiritomb every single week. I think Emboar is kind of overrated, at least in my opinion. But yeah, it's a very offensive team. He's gonna have to go hyper offense for sure most weeks. And yeah, but it's not a bad team at all.
It's not a bad team. Like I said many times before in this video, not many of these teams are deserving of this last spot, except for Jets, of course. He did kind of draft a really bad team, which is kind of agreeable amongst everyone. But we're gonna move right along to our next in line, or next in the rankings, and that's gonna be the Rio Grande Valley Sevipers at number 11. Sorry about that. They picked up Mega Gardevoir, kind of interesting. Not a mon I'd usually see going in the first round. It's a really good mon, not gonna lie, but kind of interesting to see that go Ghostosaur in the first round as his first round pick. I then Vaporeon in the second round, kind of interesting. Maybe he was going for something, and it's obvious what he was going for at the end. He was going for a very bulky team in this, just very, very bulky. Even Quiagonal is bulky, on especially defensive side, and he franchised Hippo. Just very, very bulky team. A little slow, not gonna lie. Quiagonal is one of his fastest mons, and that's not something you bring every week. Pyro, I love Pyro. Trust me, it's a great mon, but not the fastest mon in the world, and not a mon you're gonna bring every week, to be honest. And then he has Haxorus, which needs the Dragon Dances to set up. Kind of an interesting team. Jay, you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Division rival, and I play in week 1, so kind of like a little bit on the fence, a bit excited. But yeah, that was one thing I noticed as I was looking over his team. The fastest mons on his team are Cryogonal and Pyro. He doesn't have too much speed, but he does have much to make up for it. He does have priority in Conkeldurr, and Haxorus can set up a Dragon Dancer too to get it going. But other than that, besides those things, he has a really hard time picking up speed in this with his picks, but very good on the bulky side, I'll say that.
Yeah, I can see a Trick Room set coming with like a Minus Nature Shaman or something similar to that. Maybe even Mega Gardevoir, which is just at base 100. Not too fast, but not too slow, so you can see it go either way. Very interesting how his team goes, but Hippo, I feel like we haven't mentioned Hippo enough, but Hippo is a solid rock setter, so expect those rocks to be on the field every week for the opponents, and it's a really hard mon to take out. Sand, not seeing too much synergy with the Sand besides the Bronzong. Sand kind of pointless on his team, to be honest. It could break potential stashes he'd be carrying on something like Haxorus or something, but yeah, it's definitely not a bad team, but it's sitting here at number 11, and we're going to move right along to number 10, and that's going to be Houston Honchkrows, aka Jay Reezy, who's in this call with us right now, in case you didn't know that was Jay Reezy. It might have been the other Jay Reezy, guys. You know, there's like 5 of them. Alright, so you guys have a very interesting team. I actually love this team a lot. I mess around with Jay a lot, but I really do like his team, to be honest. Like, I know I say it's a terrible team and saying slash still, but it's a really good team. Honestly, I love Volcanion. It's a very good mod. It's a very good. I'm underestimating what I'm saying, but it's an excellent mod. With Celebi, not a bad. You basically get all the coverage in the world with those two right there. Volcanion gets literally it gets Fire Stab, Water Stab, and then Celebi with the Grass Stab. You know, it's over. You got all the elements covered. I mean, you got those 3 basic elements covered in 2 picks. What a great man he is. And then you also got Klefki, which is a Steel and Fairy type. That's paired together very nicely. And then he also got Salamencers, one of the best dragons. This man is just pairing everything real quick. So basically, anyway, back to his team. He does have a lot of, he has a very good Volt Switch core, sorry about that, and Mega Manectric and Celebi. Basically, this is how I see his team going. He's going to set up spikes on you. You don't have a spinner or a reliable defogger, you're not going to get those spikes out of the way. He's going to set up rocks with Klefki, and then he's just going to wear your team down with his Volt turned core in Celebi and Manectric, and it's just going to wear your team down. It's going to be GG's. It's a very good team, not to underestimate, but Drapion Acupressure though, and then he also did get a mascot pick though in Honchkrow. Kind of interesting. Interesting to pick up Honchkrow, but he did kind of need it as a solid dark type. Not well, Drapion's dark of course, but he picked it up before. But it's a very good mon. Ambipom, interesting stuff's going to be seen with that thing, and excited to see Protect Last Resort or Fake Out Last Resort Ambipom. Protect Last Resort Porygon Z, man, it's going to be interesting. Sock's a solid fire type. Sorry for rambling. It is a really good team. I'm just afraid to face it, guys. Guys, I have a Goodra though to switch into Volcanion. Alright, so go ahead, Mud. Talk a little bit about the Houston Honchkrows. Tell me what you think, what you don't think.
Well, you kind of covered everything in your rant there, but
yeah, rant.
I mean, it's very offensive team again. Just like I feel like a lot of teams in this draft drafted either very offensive or very defensive. There were a few that were more balanced, but still, it's a great team. Like you said, the Volcanion Celebi core is amazing. I'm not a big fan of Celebi, but matched with Volcanion.
Too many weaknesses, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, that was like a main thing. Oh, my bad. But that was like a main thing I wanted to focus on, especially this year. First, I wanted to grab speed because I didn't have that last year. Then second, I wanted to like basically grab the simple cores like Fairy Steel Dragon and Fire Grass Water. I wanted to grab those in the least fewest mons as possible because using 6 mons for those 6 different typings is just a waste of draft picks, and I want to solve that as the quickest way as possible. And grabbing things like Volcanion and Klefki, which have those dual types, really helps me out. And basically, all I needed was another mon that can match with that. and I have my 4 picks out of the way covering 6 solid typings. And next thing you know, I can just draft around that. So that was the main focus of this year.
Yeah, solid, man. As you can see, the scores aren't needed to be ranked that high. Of course, I don't have a fairy type, but that's to be get to a later on point. But number 9, we're going to be talking about the Salamencers. Let's go right ahead to the Salamencers. I'm going to talk a little bit about them, and then we're going to have the man Mud talk about them. We're going to have the man Jay talk about them. Let me find them first. Sorry, got this, guys. Anyone know where the Salamencers are? Wait, we have a team called the Salamencers. What the heck? Oh wait, that's Cushy's team. Oh my god, how did I forget about Cushy? Alright, so very good team. Very good core in Garchomp, Mega Deontay, and Skarmory. Hero would argue that Mega Deontay is not deserving of a Tier 1 Mega this season, which of course it is, because of how well he played, which should be an honor for him. But of course I did snipe this man from his what was that mon I got? Inferno. I already forgot what mon I got, but Inferno. Kind of interesting picking up the Rotom. Rotom is not a bad grass typing by any means. It gives him a Volt Switch mon that pairs well with his non-existent other Volt Switcher. His non-existent. Wait, he has a U-turner? Sorry, does he have a U-turner? I don't think he did. Toxicroak?
Nope, he doesn't. He doesn't have any of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that's his only Volt Switcher. Kind of weird there, but it's not weird. But he just has Skarmory. Interesting, he franchised it. It's a very good core, like I said, with Garchomp and Mega Deontay. Covers the cores very nicely. Really not much wants to come into any of those the way they're set up. And a solid fire type, very solid fire type, by the way. And he picked up Gastrodon, an underrated grass type. Underrated water type in my opinion. It's a really good water type. And then he also has Jellicent, kind of interesting picking up Jellicent and Gastrodon. But then he picks up some interesting stuff like Armaldo for spinning, and then Sigilyph. Kind of interesting how his team kind of meshed together at the end. Maybe something like Mesprit or something would have done better. It would have given him a another psychic typing over Sigilyph. Maybe Mesprit if that was available. But Sneasel, he sniped me on that. He picked it up kind of early. Kind of interesting nonetheless. Very good team. Jay, talk a little bit about the Salamencers and Cushy, the Snipe Lord. Go ahead. Snipe Lord.
I really like this team. It's the one thing I really like about this year is that everybody's drafting stuff that's like you've never seen before, or stuff that's just very interesting. And I really like his team, especially with things like Mo and Sneasel and your mascot from last year, Entei. So that is really going to be exciting to watch week in and week out. Yeah. Especially having a Mega Deontay, which I agree with you. It wasn't deserving of a Tier 1 Mega, but it's still nonetheless a very great Mega. And it's really going to be fun to watch Cushy battle it out this year.
He is, by the way, if you guys didn't know, he is the youngest battler in this league, and I give him all the credit for making it to main league. He did really well. He did fairly well in the D League. I think he started off with a losing streak and then just came back and won, or something like that. I don't know. I don't keep track of D League, guys. All right, so Flygons are going to be at number 8. So we're going to talk a little. I'm going to talk a little about the Flygons, and I'm going to throw it Mud's way. You know what I say. All right, sorry about that, JD. I just took your thing real quick, but all right. So he picks up 2 wall breakers and a half. I count this as 3 wall breakers. Because those things hit so hard. Landorus Incarnate and Mega Absol. Tell me you're switching. Tell me you're switching. Jay, tell me you're switching to those. Do you have a switch in? No, I don't think so. Then on top of that, he goes and picks up Tangrowth. I believe before the draft, not trying to ruin his plans, but he did want like a regenerator core with Slowking or Slowbro and Tangrowth. But that of course didn't happen because both of the slows were taken early on. And then he gets Sylveon, one of the best fairies in the game. I believe it's a tier 1 still, but yeah, it's a very good fairy. It picks up a solid water type and Spinner and Blastoise. This team's coming together really well. Kyurem, I believe he had that last season. He used it very effectively actually. It can run basically anything: Bandage, Scarf, Specs, Leftovers, Expert Belt, Sub Leftovers. And he gets Medicham, one of Jay's mons he used last year. Very effective. It's basically Mega Medicham. Basically, it's just a Mega Medicham with an item. That's how I see it. It's a very good mon. Yeah, with the pure power ability, it just hits like a truck. Interesting picks on Gigalith. I still don't think Gigalith was one of the best picks he could have gotten. I know he says, oh my god, it's a rocker and whatnot, it's bulky. It basically gets rocks up and then dies. So it's GG Gigalith right there. And then Chinchino, kind of interesting. So I'm not going to talk about everything here. So I'm going to let Mud talk a little bit about the Philadelphia Flygons. Go ahead, Mud. Talk about the wall breakers and the mons he has.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about his plan with the regenerator core. Because I sniped Slowbro from him, and he messaged me for about 30 minutes straight trying to get me to trade it to him. Wouldn't cave. But no, this whole team, I think it's underrated here. got a good Steel Fairy, Dragon Core, and Kyurem, Registeel, and Sylveon. Like you said, it's kind of top heavy. Gigalith and Cinccino aren't that great of picks in my opinion, but still all around it's just a very balanced team.
Yeah, man, I definitely
I'm
see
still
what.
mad at Jack and Mega Absol.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Jay's mic just like popped like crazy on that one. But hopefully you guys are okay. If you guys are having headphones, hopefully you guys didn't just die there. Hopefully this music is gonna calm you down right now. We're gonna let music go for 5 seconds real quick.
Oh
Alright,
man.
guys, I know Jay and Mud didn't hear any of that, but alright, so we're gonna move right along to number 7, and that's the Maryland Torterrapins. We got 3 Maryland teams here with the 2 Baltimore teams, and then this Maryland Torterrapins. I'm actually from Maryland, and me and Yoshiblaze are actually from Maryland, whereas Hero is just a knockoff. He just wants to be in Baltimore, you know what I'm saying. Alright, so I'm kidding. Alright, so I like this man's team. He picks up Mega Heracross, kind of interesting with Crest, very interesting. He's not the fastest team. He picks up Mega Dragonite. He picks up Dragonite. Never really seen Dragonite. Never seen Dragonite in a league format before, or not nearly enough in any league format actually. And then he has a regular, he's a regular Swampert. Togetic is fairy. Kind of interesting picks here with Semi-Seer. Regular Manectric Doublade's a very good mon. Not gonna criticize that at all. But then he picks up Weavile round 1, and I'm like, man, this man sniped me because I was going for Weavile. Weavile on 8 perhaps, because I got stuck for Mega Absol. I actually wanted Mega Absol as well. There was legit, I wanted Mega Absol. Like, that was on the top of my list with Infernape. But sorry not to ramble about me, but this man has a really solid team. He has a spinner for Weavile, and some of his monsters I don't appreciate rocks as much, like Dragonite and Semi-Seer and Togetic and just Weavile. Basically, and then he also picks up Mega Heracross. It's a very slow Mega, but it hits very, very hard. It hits like a truck, guys. It gets the flying, it gets the bug and fighting stab. Nothing switches into that thing if it goes for the right move. And just a lot of very interesting picks. Very solid Dragon. If Dragonite sets up, it's GG no re basically. So Jay, talk a little bit about this team.
I would say it's not deserving of number 7. At first when I looked at it, I thought it would be lower, but now that I look at it, I would put it a little bit higher just because of things like Dragonite and Mega Heracross and Weavile. Weavile and Mega Heracross are my 2 favorite mons. I love those 2. Very great offensive core, honestly. And then Dragonite on top of that. Whew, nothing is switching into this team. And things like Doublade that can just set up Swords Dance all day if you let it. A little bit questionable about that Semi-Seer pick, but it does get Nasty Plot and it does get Swords Dance, so I guess that's kind of okay. Man, this dude's got set up all over the place. This dude's got set up on Weavile, Cresselia, Heracross, the Blade, Dragonite, Semi-Seer, everything.
Yeah, basically, dude. Alright, so now we're gonna move right along to number 6, and that's gonna be the Chicago Cubchoos. Franchising Thundurus Incarnate, not bad at all. I'm sure he sniped Jay on that one, because I believe Jay had Thundurus Incarnate last season, right? Jay?
Yeah, I had it, but I didn't want it this year. But hey, he's representing the old squad.
Yeah, he's representing the Mega Aggron. Very interesting, picking up Machamp and Hitmontop, and then Hitmontop. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Alright, so he picks up Kieran Black, one of the best. Sorry about that. I expected that to be more dramatic, but Kieran Black, man, it's just a monster. It literally is a monster. He made it to the finals last season on Cali Kids team, only to lose to Mega Lopunny. So thank you for picking that up, Cali. Alright, so sorry. So he picks up Mega Aggron. That's a wall and a half, wall and 0.75, something like that. And then he picks up Florges. He picks up Florges as an alternative to Blissey to Wish Pass into it. Very, I like that strategy, man. Especially defensive Florges, defensive Mega Aggron. They pair well together, like Blissey and Mega Aggron did. Kind of interesting though, he has Hitmontop and Machamp. Maybe you might want to change those, but I'm not going to judge him. But actually, I'm going to judge him here. But then he picks up Tropius, the Dragon Dancing Behemoth that it is in Tier 5 or Tier 4, whatever tier it is. But then he gets the Thundurus Incarnate with the Prankster Thunderwave, so he's going to slow everything down for Kieran Black to run like Band and Specs and whatnot. It's just going to be very interesting to see how this team works with Uxie with rocks and spinning Hitmontop. Jay, go ahead and, Mud, talk about him.
Yeah, just seeing that Kyurem, Mega Aggron, Florges core at the very top, that's terrifying enough.
I forgot about Feraligatr, sorry. Yeah, that's a monster. Alright, go ahead.
And this guy, he knows He knows his way around the battlefield. Was in D League last year, and he started undefeated until the last 2 games of the season. He lost those 2, but just a great player. And he just built a great team around to play around with this year. Not so sure about Tropius, but everything else.
Dragon Dance, ball. Okay.
True.
Since it's a Dragon Dance, what's switching into a Leaf Blade? You tell me. Oh, I'm kidding. It's gonna be interesting how that's gonna work. Sap Sipper. All right, so Sap Sipper Goodra. All right, so, sorry, I've been throwing shade at Goodra. All right, so Pelippers are at number 5. Kind of not deserving of this, I believe. We just judged this based on team, and we actually, of course, we had Vandal X judge this, if I haven't said that already. So basically, we're gonna go right over to his team. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video. I already know it, guys. Leave the hate in the comments or just slam their dislike button. But we put the Pelippers were placed at number 5. Probably. What am I saying? Probably the best team last year overall. Came with I believe went undefeated into the semifinals. They should have lost once to Hero, but we're not gonna talk about that. But they pick up Latios, Tyranitar. I haven't even seen his team all the way, actually, honestly. But then he franchised Arcanine, picks up Mega Gallade, Baby Mammo, Braviary representing the Baltimore Braviaries. Just a lot of very interesting picks. He has like a sand team rolling with Titar and Stoutland. Gramble, he sniped me on that. That's a very solid fairy type. Jolteon, he sniped me twice. What the heck, man? Why are you sniping me? I didn't realize he picked those 2 up. I thought someone else did. But then he picks up Mega Gallade, which is just amazing. Just an amazing Mega, in my opinion. It gets a whole bunch of moves in Thunder Punch, Ice Punch. Just gets a whole bunch of coverage and whatnot. Sorry about that. And Jolteon, his team is very unique. I don't think I've seen a team like his in this draft. Picks up Latios and Rotom. Very interesting. Both of Hero's picks. Maybe he was a fan of Hero or something. I don't know. Alright, so go ahead and talk to me about this, Jay. Talk a little bit about the team at number 5. This number 5 team.
Pretty good team. He's got a lot of. I would say he's got a lot of speed. He's got things like Jolteon, Latios, and Mega Gallade. Shout out to my boy Gallade Knight, aka Hero. I really like the franchise in Arcanine. I think it's a very underrated fire type, especially with Intimidate and Flash Fire, and it gets access to Will-O-Wisp. And he's got some power, and he's going to be a force to reckon with, just like he was last year. So just because he's at number 5, do not count him out to come through and pick up the IPSL Season 2 championship, even though that's probably going to go to me.
Yeah, whatever. It's going to go to either. Guys, by the way, I've locked in my picks. I'm just going to let everyone in this league know, because I know everyone in this league will be watching. I locked in my picks, so Jam and Callie. I'm predicting one of them to win it, actually. I know Jam's not ranked too high, but he's my underdog to win it. Win it all, perhaps. And then Callie, I'm serious about these guys, so if one of them win, you guys owe me. Season 1 champ right here, just making picks already. Alright, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, definitely, we put him down here because, you know what, he likes being underdog, and he likes. Last season we put him at number 7, and he just ripped a hole through everyone in the league, basically. I know Mud wasn't there, but I know Jay remembers. We ranked him at number 7. You know, I figured, you know what, let's put him at number 5. I'm kidding. That's not what happened at all. But he's a really good. That's underrated. That's understating it, I'd say. But he's a phenomenal battler. Very, very, very good. So we're gonna move along to another very, very good battler, and that's gonna be Baltimore Blastoise at number 4. Sorry. Baltimore. A very interesting team he's got here. Actually, not a very interesting team. It's a very good team he's got going here. With Mega Venusaur, Slowking, and Zapdos. What is this man doing? Zapdos, he picked that up in the IPSL. I know that's side information, but he did pick that up in the IPSL in the first round. Kind of interesting how he picked it up again. It's a very good mon, nonetheless. I guess access to moves like Defog, Heat Wave, it can run Hidden Power. But then outside of that, it doesn't get the best coverage. I don't know if it does. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it gets the best coverage. A solid Thunder Waver, which is hashtag Team T-Wave. He picks up mons like Cobalion, which work well, like Volt Switching with Zapdos, Landorus, Therian, U-turning. And then Kecleon, probably one of the best Tier 5. I believe it's Tier 5, right? Kecleon?
I think it's Tier 4.
Tier 4. Sorry. But either way, whatever tier it is, and it is probably one of the. I feel like it's one of the top threats in whatever tier it is. And Baton Passing Combustion, very subpar Fairy and Aromatisse. I know he's gonna yell at me for talking about his team, but he has Alakazam, Late Game Sweep, Zoroark, also Late Game Sweep. You never know what that's gonna be. That can be disguised as anything. Kind of interesting seeing Slowking go round 2, but he did say he picked up Slowking because Vaporeon was sniped from him. Otherwise, he would have went Vaporeon. Just throwing that out there. and he's already making free agency transactions. Just gonna throw out there too. So Mud, you talk a little bit about the Baltimore Blastoise.
Yeah, looking at his team, I kind of see a big ice weakness. I know Slowking is there. I know Cobaland's there. Mega Venusaur can eat those, I guess. But still, there's a few. He has 2x4 weaknesses, which I don't like seeing. But besides that, he's got very solid team overall. I like the Mega Venusaur and Slowking and Zapdos core. Works really well together. Zoroark is something I really wish he didn't franchise. I was looking to use that this season, but I'll have to wait another year. Another season. But overall, I mean, very good team. And it's very hard to
division rival.
Oh yeah, that whole division, you two and Hero, that's gonna be a battle all season long.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight to the death in that division. Literally, I'm kidding. All right, so I of course am the season 1 champion. Thank you guys. Guys stop clapping, guys. Seriously, stop clapping, guys. It's okay. All right.
Oh
so
my God.
anyway, I'm not even gonna talk about my team. I'm just gonna so it's not as biased as because I did not make this list, guys. I did not put me at number 3. I would put me at number 1. Okay. I'm the best team. I would build a wall around all these other teams just for my team to be number 1. Because I am number 1. But so talk about why I'm number 3. I'm not gonna say anything. Mud and then Jay in unison. Talk at the same time. All right, I'm kidding. Mud, go ahead and talk about it, and then we'll have Jay talk about it because I can't talk about my team. It's not fair. Go ahead.
Yeah, to start off Infernape round 1. You sniped. I want to say half the league with that pick. You picked Excadrill. Probably sniped half the league with that pick. Just one of the best rapid spinners up there with Starmie, probably second. But Mew can do literally anything you want it to do. You have Tornadus, which I feel is very underrated. It gets a very good coverage, good move pool. Goodra to eat up hits and dish them out. Huntail, baton passing, that's scary with the rest of your team. And Mega Gyarados, I think, is a very underrated Mega. And I applaud you for using that this year.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this in there. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's Pseudo Rain, I believe, because Pseudo Rain, I believe it is Pseudo Rain. I know, freaking Schmeb is gonna comment with his smart comment saying, Pseudo Rain is not rain or something like that. But Excadrill, I know Excadrill and Ape don't do well in the rain. I'm just gonna throw this in. I'm sorry, I said I wasn't gonna talk about my team, but I am going to. Sorry, I'm breaking the laws here. Alright, so anyway, it can spam Thunders if I get the rain up. Tornadus can spam those 100% Hurricanes. I know Goodra Hydration isn't the best, but then if you status me, I'm going to rest up, and then I'm going to be at full, and I'm going to wake up turn 1. Ludicolo, why would I pick that up if I'm not running a Pseudo Rain team, guys? Come on, man. Ludicolo is solid in the rain. It gives me gas. It gives me a solid grass type in the rain to use offensively. I know Amoonguss is there, but very solid grass type, and it can run like Ice Beam and stuff in the rain. It can also set up rain as well, which is kind of good. It's very good. And I think you guys forget about Scyther. I know it doesn't like rocks, but then you got to keep in mind I only have 2 or 3 mons weak to rocks. Mega Gyarados before it evolves, only 2 technically, so I try to keep that to a minimum as possible. Solid Spinner and Drill. Sorry, I'm just gonna remember my team, guys. Regenerator and Excadrill. Regenerator and Amoonguss. Sorry, I apologize. And Ape can be anything. Ape can be anything. Mew can be anything. Goodra can be physically all offensive, or physically or specially. And Tornadus can be physically or special. I just gotta show all these schmebs. Basically the schmebs, what I'm gonna do to them when I play them. I'm kidding, alright, so. And Huntail Smash Pass, it's GG's. And Scyther, which is gonna be the best tier 5. I know Yoshi Blaze said something about, or someone said something about Sneasel being the top tier 5 killer. No, it's gonna be Scyther, bro. Get out of here. Alright, so, Jay, we're gonna have you talk a little bit about my team, because I love everyone talking about my team. Alright, go ahead. I'm kidding. Alright, go ahead. Just go ahead before we move on to number 2.
All right, I really like this team. I'm actually kind of mad that I have to face it twice in the season, but I really like it. I also like how if most people would say, okay, he's got Tornadus, Helios, Goodra, Ludicolo, Huntail, and Mega Gyarados. Okay, it's obviously a rain team, but it's not. It's literally, I think you're taking ideas from Chimpack. If you guys watch him in the GBA, it has a look of a rain team, but it doesn't have to be a rain team, which I think is really cool. Mew, very versatile, can do everything in the world. And Infernape, really good firefighting type. I still don't think you should have taken it round 1. And Excadrill, pretty good spinner. And Amoonguss is a very good wall. Very good grass type. And with poison typing, it really really can take on a lot of mons. And Mega Gyarados just an all-out beast, Dragon Dance, and it's GG.
Yeah, that's what I like to say to all the haters, aka Schmeb out there. Sorry, I'm just net Schmeb a lot, but yeah, Infernape had to go round 1 out. I'm just gonna throw this in there real quick. I know it's a tier 2. We're like, what the heck? Why'd it go round 1? It was actually made tier 2 in this league. Many haters believe it should be tier 1, but they're all haters. But it could do basically anything. It could run bulk up. It could be specially offensive, physically offensive. It could run rocks, bulk up. Sorry, I said bulk up. Calm Mind, Nasty Plot, Storage Dance, Vacuum Wave, Mach Punch. May I go on? No. All right. So we're gonna move right along to number 2, and that's gonna be the Chicago Blazikens. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this team because that is Mud's team. We'll have Mud throw in his. We'll have him throw in his mud at the end of this. At the end of the team. All right, I'm kidding. All right. So let's talk first about these first 3 picks here. Latias, Clefable, and Mega Scizor. Wow, what a core. He picked all 3 of them. I'm surprised he didn't get sniped on any of those actually, because Clefable going round 2, what? I'm kidding, but he did have close to a wheel pick, so it's kind of no surprise. I feel like, why didn't the Jirachis pick it up? What was Crafted doing? Just look at this real quick. What was Crafted doing when he saw Clef not get picked and he picked Chansey up? Can someone tell me that real quick?
Yeah, it's a good point.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I think he franchised Manaphy or something like that. Maybe he couldn't get. I think he couldn't pick up another tier 1. Sorry, but this man shouldn't have franchised Manaphy. He should have went for Jirachi Clefable. That would have been amazing. Sorry to take distracted from Mud, but Mud has an amazing team, guys. It could probably be argued to be number 1. Actually, it most likely probably is number 1. Gorbis, Smash Pass, Rotom, Volt Switch. It's a little fat, but Nidoqueen can be scarfed. 4 Blaziken, you know Blaziken, guys. He got a mascot, another mascot, another mascot. So then we got Crawdon with the Aqua Jets. We got Crawdon with Aqua Jet. Mega Scissor with Bullet Punch. They can just set up and win. Set up and just sweep. And then if they get Smash Pass, it's GG, no re. Snorlax has amazing synergy with Slowbro. I stole that from Hero. He did say that. But Snorlax and Slowbro have amazing synergy. They cover each other really well. And then Ditto though. It stops Mons from setting up on the opponent's team. It's like my Smash Pass, you would stop that by going to Ditto and just shenanigans like that. But it'd be very interesting how that would work. But Nidoqueen, I feel like Nidoqueen is being a little overlooked on his team. Nidoqueen is an amazing mod. It gets a ton of coverage. Sheer Force, Life Orb, it's over. Slowbro Regenerator, T-Wave, it gets T-Wave. Probably, what am I saying probably? It is the best move in the game. It gets very good moves like that. And now I'm gonna have Jay talk a little bit about this team. Jay, go ahead. I'm gonna baton pass it over to you, like I baton passed my way to victory in Season 1. Go ahead, take it.
This is a real scary team, and I absolutely so glad that I do not have to face him at all this season. If I do, I'm kind of scared, but it's a very good team. He has a very it's just so good. He's got things like Rotom, which is a very good slow volt switcher. He's got things like Crawdon, which can just tear holes into teams, and he's got. Honestly, I think the best Fairy Steel Dragon Core, Mega Scizor, Clefable, and Latios. All people would say Latios is better. I'm one of those people who says the red one is better. I hate saying the red one, but I think Latios is better. It's just too strong for me, honestly. This thing is too strong. I know I got a lot of hard hitters, but this, especially when I see things like Nidoqueen and Snorlax staring across at me, this is a very strong, powerful team.
Yeah, not to talk anything about Mud, but Mud, what were you thinking, man? You got such a powerful team. How did you do this? Of course, you did have close to a wheel pick, and this is an amazing team, dude. Honestly, like I can't even understate that. It's a very good team. Mud, talk a little bit about what your plans were behind this. Since you are so ranked high, we're gonna give you a little more time. What were your thoughts and stuff? What were your plans before the draft and as the draft was going on and whatnot?
First 2 rounds, I wanted that Dragon Fairy core, and Latias was definitely up there. They were both the Latias, really. I knew Kyron Black wouldn't make it to me, so I went with Latias, and then Clefable, in my mind, the best fairy type in the game. That pairing was just unbelievable there. I was actually planning Mega Aggron as my steel type, just because I've had so much experience with it in the past, but got taken by the Cubchoos, and so I went with Scizor. No, I don't have Scizor. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I've been watching Shmi's replays from last year, how he used it, actually. Yeah. And the rest of it kind of just fell together. I picked Slowbro, just one of my favorite bulky waters in the game.
My favorite water, one of my favorite waters in the game. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
with Regenerator, and with Snorlax, who Hero actually recommended I get. I was talking to him during the draft, and he recommended that Slowbro Snorlax core, and I'm so happy he did because I've been using it, and it's just been working wonders so far in my practice matches. Blaziken, it's slow, but I really think it has potential to be a great offensive mon in this league.
Basically,
If used right.
smash pass into Blaziken, it's
Especially
over.
with Gorbis, yep, with Gorbis smash passing into it, or Crawdaunt, who was my MVP of the D League last year, top #1 in kills last year in D League. I had to get it in the last pick. I didn't franchise it. I didn't franchise anything, but seeing Crawdaunt there, I had 120 points, and I had to get that. And Rotom, a regular Rotom, I'm a big fan of because one, levitate, and two, it's a spin blocker, which I'm a big fan of. And overall, it kind of just all fell together. I didn't really get sniped at all, and
yeah, man. Props to you for building one of the best teams, arguably the best team. It was just fell a little shy of Winnipeg Aqua Jets in our tier listing that we got, but nonetheless, basically, guys, this is like at-home thing. You guys go rank them for me in the comments below. Actually, let me know what you guys think number 16 to number 1 should be, and give me some reasons why. Actually, because that'd be interesting to know. But I doubt anybody's gonna write anything in the comments. Thank you guys in advance. All right, so Mega Lopunny, man. Basically, that's why this thing was ranked so high. Sorry, man. This man got Mega Lopunny, the MVP of the finals last season. This thing was gonna. I find it kind of ironic though how he picked crits. Boy, that crit did not matter at the end. Actually, it didn't matter in the end. If you guys didn't know that, the final crit didn't matter. The crit on Milotic might have. That's why I picked it up. You know, the Milotic has to make up for it. Sorry, but then picks up Chestnut. Very interesting. Chestnut and Milotic work really well together with Donphan. Mega Lopunny. It's kind of ironic he picked it up because that's the same thing that led to his downfall. Sorry to throw that in there, but then he has Talonflame, very fast. What do I mean fast? It's a priority, Bravebirds, GG. And he picked up probably one of the best fairies in the game, in my opinion, in Mr. Mime. And then Nicholas with the Regenerator, and it just all falls together really nicely. Jay, talk a little bit about it, the #1 team in the Winnipeg Aqua Jets, aka the runner-ups.
The only thing, and I'm literally, this is the only thing that I need to talk about that really just defines this team. Mega Lopunny and Reuniclus. I don't know who let him draft this, but he has a mon that hits extremely hard on the physical side, and a mon that hits extremely hard on the special side, and offensively, they can literally just go all out and go to town on everybody's team, and I'm only saying this because I really haven't looked over the rest of his team, but those two alone really just define what's going to be made of this team come this season. Those two are going to be brought to nearly every match, and they're just going to cause trouble for literally everybody.
Yeah, I definitely see it, but one thing I don't think anyone's talked about yet is Metagross. Metagross is going to I feel like it's going to put in a lot of work. Regular Metagross, guys, keep in mind, Mega Metagross isn't like it's better than regular Metagross. I'm not gonna say it isn't, but it's not like 5 miles away or anything. It's very close to being close to regular Metagross. Metagross does get all the same moves and the same coverage and whatnot. It's a very good mon, nonetheless. Regular Metagross. I'm sure Mud and Jay would agree with that. Regular Metagross is an amazing mon. Definitely. It's just a little slow, but it has amazing attack and solid bulk to it, and it gets priority bullet punch. It's basically like a Scizor in some aspects. I don't know what I'm saying here, but
I love Metagross. It is a really good steel type. It's got a lot of versatility to it too. You know, just because it's got that up there rocker. Physical attack, it's got a special attacker too.
Yeah, it's solid rocker, and then Excelgor setting up spikes, final gambiting, just shenanigans. Very good team. Nidoking is it's hard to prep for because it gets so much, so much. It gets so many moves and whatnot. Rhydon, that's a wall and a half basically. And then Mr. Mime, kind of just a meme pick there. He should name it Jet. He should name that Jets because that's basically like Jets team, Mr. Mime. It's all over the place basically.
Shade.
Hashtag Mr. Mime's name is gonna be Jets. I'm already calling it for Cali.
Confirmed.
You have to name it Jets, man. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. This has been a blast. I've had a lot of fun recording this with these two young gentlemen who won't make playoffs, but it was nice joining them. Thank you guys.
Oh my God.
All right, so you guys got anything you guys want to say before we cut? Because you know, we always got to have closing remarks. Jay, got anything you want to say?
We're gonna stop this hashtag J not for playoffs, and we're gonna start the new trend, hashtag J for playoffs, because I'm not letting the hashtag ruin me this year. I'm going straight to the top, boys. Let's go. Hashtag Houston Honchkrows. Let's go.
Alright, Mud, you have anything you want to say, man?
Yeah, I'm going with a different hashtag. I want to see plenty of this. Jets for playoffs. 2K16 for season 2.
Alright, dude. You
Oh
never know.
my
He has Vandal with him. And then hashtag Ranger for season 2 champion again. All that in one hashtag.
Man, you got one. That's good enough. You got one. That's good enough for you.
But I gotta go for another one. That's what this season's gonna be. Another one. Yeah, alright. Guys, we're gonna end it with that one. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave your list in the comments below. We will look at it. Probably not, honestly. But we'll just leave it there so it looks nice. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Peace.